What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rebel here, and we got a new shotgun, the VLK Rogue, added to Modern Warfare. And to unlock it, all you have to do is get 7 kills with any shotgun with 5 attachments in 15 different rounds. So what that means is once you get those 7 kills, feel free to put the shotgun away. You know who I'm talking to.
On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
So how we all doing? Hope we're all having a wonderful day, or a safe day at any rate. So for today's episode, we're going to be going over the VLK, is that right? The VLK Rogue shotgun. So first off, I gotta say, it's not that great. It's not that good. It could be a little fun for a few matches, but then you're probably going to get tired of shipment or shoot house, and it's not going to be really viable on a bigger map because this thing's not really made for range like the 725 or even the Model 680. Both of those shotguns way better than this one. Not only that, if you want to compare it to the Origin 12 shotgun, which is the semi-auto, which means you can keep firing it as fast as you can pull the trigger, it's this gun, the VLK Rogue, is a little stronger than the Origin 12, but the Origin 12 is semi-automatic, so the follow-up shots come out of the gun a lot faster. And I'd say the most comparable gun to it is the R9, because that one you do have to do a pump between every 2 shots. The only difference is with the VLK Rogue, the second shot, the follow-up shot, as some might say the most important shot, you have to pump before every single time. So to make that kind of make sense, picture the R9 and shoot one shot off into the wall and then run around and then try to kill people with the first shot and then pumping into the next shot. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what you can do to this gun, you have to pump between every single shot. Yeah, it's a lot quicker than the M680, that is for sure. You could probably get, I wasn't ever able to, but you could probably get multiple targets with this thing if you're lucky. I mean, I was actually able to get a lot of doubles and triples. It just seemed like there were times where I would let off 5 shots and I wouldn't even be hitting anybody, so I had no idea what was going on with this thing. Also, I kept getting, I don't know if it was because I changed it for sprint out speed or what, but I was getting this weird delay to where I'd pull the trigger, but I wouldn't shoot it. I would just be like pulling it up and then like start putting it back down, and I'm like, I hit R2. Sometimes this thing just won't fire shots. And when you keep hitting R2, there are times when it doesn't feel like there's a rate of fire cap, but then there's other times where it feels like the gun just won't shoot a follow-up shot no matter how many times I'm hitting R2. So I don't know if it's bugged or something, or if that's the way it's supposed to work. It's not just when you tap fire, you have to hold it for a half second or something. I don't know. Incredibly weird, and it was kind of bugging me, but this gun's still pretty fun. It's still pretty fun to use because it is a shotgun and it's sometimes a one-shot kill. So if you're running around shoot house or shipment, or if you have, God forbid, overkill on your class, then this would actually be a pretty fun up-close gun to switch to. But what really makes this gun unique is what we're able to do with it with the pretty unique attachments on it. And the first class I want to kind of point out is something that I think is pretty amazing, considering the end result of this is that the mobility bar is extending past maximum. Yeah. So for this class, we got the 6-inch revolt barrel, which is going to increase our ADS speed, movement speed, but give us a wider pellet spread at the cost of recoil control and damage range. So it's going to be a little stronger up close, but a little wider. We won't be able to have as much range, but it's going to be a hell of a lot faster. And then moving on from there, I went ahead and went with the, well, at first I had the tack laser for ADS speed, but I'm not sure if the sprint out speed helped with that weird delay I was getting. I think it might have, but also if we just had the tack laser, we're at max mobility. But once we go ahead and put the 5 milliwatt laser on there, that is when that little green bar extends past the maximum range, which is ridiculous. That's awesome. On top of that, we went with the no stock for ADS speed and movement speed, and I think what does it affect? Recoil control and aiming stability? It's a shotgun, bruh. Come on. On top of that, we got the 4-round magazine. Yes, this thing starts with 8 rounds, but there is an attachment to only give you 4 rounds. But ADS speed, movement speed, and sprint to fire speed are all increased with this. And then on top of that, of course, the stippled grip tape for ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. And basically everything on there focuses focus is now on movement speed. Yeah, every one of those attachments increases movement speed. I'm not going to test it, but this could be faster than the Uzi at max movement speed. This could be faster than the pistols at max movement speed. This might be the fastest gun in the game. Doesn't make it any better though. And for the next class for this, the class that I was actually kind of more so enjoying, because running around super fast is a novelty. It's like the Uzi's hip fire. It's amazing, but it's not that helpful. So for this class, what we're going to be trying to do is to try to help all the weaknesses of this. The only bad thing is we can't help the fact that you have to pump between every shot and it takes too much time. There are times where I shoot someone and they turn on me and and I die before I get the second shot off. Doesn't make any sense for a shotgun to, even when I'm at point blank shooting them in the head, and it's like I get hit markers and they turn and kill me with M4 or an MP5 in a blink of an eye before I can even get the second shot off. So we can't help with that at all, but we can try to help with the range. So the first attachment we're going to throw on here is the Forge Tac Marauder, which is a suppressor, but it's a suppressor that increases damage range and tightens the pellet spread, meaning that if we're more accurate, we're gonna have a longer range for one-hit shots. And being that two-shotting with this thing sucks, we want those one-hit shots. It is gonna, however, affect our ADS speed, but it was one of the fastest in the class, if not the fastest in the class at a base ADS speed, so oh well. On top of that, we got the VLK Czar barrel, which is going to give us damage range and tighter pellet spread, even better tighter pellet spread, and even longer damage range. All we're trying to do is help this gun actually be viable in the department of killing people. And this will, of course, negatively affect your ADS speed and movement speed, but who really cares? Because I'm going to go ahead and throw the 5 milliwatt laser on here for hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. Doesn't really help too much with movement speed or aim down sight speed, but this should help us in those close quarter engagements where we do still have to treat this thing like a close quarter weapon. On top of that, I of course went with the no stock because ADS speed and movement speed, but who really cares about recoil control? It's a shotgun. That's not really too relevant for us here. And then on top of that, last but not least, stippled grip tape, just to help combat the flaws of the barrel and the muzzle, the suppressor. And with that, our class has a little bit better range. The accuracy is not too important. It says we're getting a decrease in damage, but our damage range is increasing. And because of the tighter pellet spread, it is actually going to cause more damage when we are hitting at medium distance all pellets onto a single target. And with this, I was actually getting some pretty decent runs with this thing. Nothing too crazy or anything, but hey, it's just to me, this is just a novelty shotgun. It's nothing that's supposed to be taken seriously at all, and it still kind of sucks. I mean, if you're really looking for a good shotgun, everyone's still using the 725. I prefer the M680. I really like that one. The R9 is not bad. This one's just not that good. Or in other words, just don't even bother unlocking it. Don't bother using shotguns at all when playing Modern Warfare. And that's gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, hit that sub button, gently click that notification bell, all of that other wonderful good stuff. What else are you doing with your life? I mean, come on. I'm just gonna be here making videos. You might as well subscribe, you know? You may really enjoy it. You may like it. And until next time, peace.